people in this community. There's been a growing heated tension for years growing in this community, and it now exploded. It just exploded.
The problem began just after 8 last night when a car driven by a Hasidic man went out of control.
A runaway car veered off the street, jumped onto the sidewalk, and hit 2 children.
Gavin Cato was dead on arrival at the hospital. His cousin Angela Cato remains in serious condition tonight.
The runaway car was part of a motorcade for the leader of a Hasidic Jewish community in Crown Heights.
The station wagon's driver was treated and released from a different hospital after being rushed there by the private Hatzola ambulance, and it's that treatment which ignited the initial debate.
A later report by the Crown Heights Coalition said the police had instructed the ambulance to leave because police feared for the driver's safety.
The medical help, as they arrived, EMS first on Utica Avenue, the private ambulance on President Street, went to those victims of the accident where the police directed them to.
Almost immediately after the accident, violence broke out.
A group of angry blacks broke windows and looted stores. Then, shouting, "Get the Jew," they fatally stabbed a 29-year-old rabbinical student named Yankel Rosenbaum.
The Hasidic community says that as revenge for the accident which killed the young boy, a Hasidic man, a Jewish man, was stabbed to death 2 hours later. They say it was revenge.
A block away, police caught a 16-year-old high school student, Limerick Nelson Jr. Yankel Rosenbaum, as he lay bleeding on the street, identified Nelson as his attacker. And they say Nelson confessed to police officers that he stabbed Rosenbaum. Police charged him with murder, what some called a racially motivated murder.
This is a botched-up situation where they have a scapegoat and they're attempting to get a conviction.
Think for a moment what would happen if a group of 30 Hasidic kids attacked a black in Harlem and screamed, "Kill the black." Can you imagine that a year later only one of them would be apprehended? Within 24 hours they would all be sitting in jail.
Reverend Alfred C. for courageous Shabbat! No justice! No justice!
Reverend Al Sharpton and Alton Maddox are demanding the arrest of the Hasidic driver. They say if he's not arrested, they will hunt him down themselves.
I would tell the Hasidic Jewish community that they're going to have to come down and deal with an equal footing in that community, or they better get some moving back. If someone murders someone, it should not be dependent on the skin color of the victim or how they're punished. It should be equal protection under the law.
After 17 days of trial, the judge sends the case to the jury. It's now up to the jury to decide if the prosecution has proved beyond a reasonable doubt that Limerick Nelson stabbed Yankel Rosenbaum.
Mr. Foreman, has the jury agreed upon unanimous verdict?
Your Honor, we have.
Members of the jury, hear your verdict as it stands recorded. You and each of you say you find the defendant not guilty of all charges. I ask you collectively, is that your verdict?
Yes.
Limerick Nelson has been acquitted. He's free to go home.
This is a blatant miscarriage of justice. He identified his killer, and that's not enough in this city.
The volatile situation in Crown Heights is prompting a dramatic response from the mayor. Within the hour, Mayor Dinkins has asked New York City's TV stations for airtime to try to bring calm to that community.
I too want justice. We all want justice. And we will have justice.
The violence in Crown Heights may have changed New York politics forever. It became an issue in the next mayoral election, and many analysts believe if not for Crown Heights, Mayor David Dinkins, who lost to Rudolph Giuliani by only 60,000 votes, might have won a second term.
Came very, very close, and maybe feel even more strongly now seeing the terrible state the city is in.
Soon the violence will end, and their community will come together once again. Reporting from the 71st Precinct, I'm Don Williams, reporting live. Back to the studio.
The riots 25 years later. Today, people in Crown Heights came together to mark a dark chapter in that city's history.
The atmosphere is a much different one for the simple reason that the black community doesn't see the Jewish community as a threat to them, as was portrayed by the rebel rousers of the early 90s. The same issues that the Jewish people have, that the black community has, which crime knows no color.